All right, I'm Tom, the used car dealer. You might have seen some of my videos about the shop that I own. So the video is not to plug my shop. I had made a video, man, now probably 14 months ago. If I'm smart enough, I'll put the link to that video up there. The first video that I made was kind of me just bitching about owning a shop, about the things I didn't like, how I wanted to sell the shop. And I will tell you, I literally prayed every day that somebody would come buy the shop. I was completely checked out, didn't like it, didn't want any part of it. And finally we had a buyer come through. My mechanic found another job, and we were set to kind of square the deal the following week. Guy sends me a text on Saturday, hey, we couldn't get together with your landlord, so we're out. Well, I know that was BS because I'd already talked to the landlord and he'd said he was just waiting on their signatures. So at that point, this was a Saturday, my prayer changed from let this sell to if this isn't it, I'm not hearing you, you've got to help me out, basically. And what happened was I woke up Sunday and I felt a bit better. And I text the mechanic that was still with me and said, hey man, if you know anybody, they've backed out on us. Well, from a friend of a friend, he found me a guy, helped me get him interviewed. And I joke you not, by that Monday, oh, my collar's messed up. By that Monday, my heart, my stress level had just lightened. So that was December of 2024, this all happened. In that year, in 2025, we turned our Google listing back on. I started relying really heavily on the social media, and I do a lot of Facebook groups, and I always include a video. I've seen somewhere that videos get like 6 times the interaction as just a still picture. So I've been doing little short videos on all my Facebook group posts, when you can post your business, just who I am, we're local and independent, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes some of the services we do. So I've been doing that, like I said, and then I also started a YouTube channel for my transmission shop. But all it is a couple of full-length videos, which means maybe 2 minutes, saying who we are, what we do, where we're located. But basically, I put out a ton of shorts that I created in bulk with Canva, advertising the GM 6L80 transmission, which is our most popular transmission, the Nissan CVTs, which nobody rebuilds those, you just have to buy them. So really what it boils down to is what margin you're happy with, because we're all probably paying about the same price for them. And I will be damned. In 2025, we had a guy come from Victoria, Texas, which is south by San Antonio, all the way up to my shop in Fate, which is slightly east of Dallas. So that's probably a good 4-hour drive to get his transmission built here, because he had seen our videos and felt comfortable that we were good, reputable people. And another gentleman have his CVT Nissan towed from Fort Worth over to me, which is about 1 hour and 15 minutes. What's crazy is how many transmission shops did he pass getting his car towed to me? Because he saw YouTube shorts about Nissan CVTs. So just crazy, crazy. And I have embraced that there are people that want to see that want to do business through Facebook Messenger, which a lot of those are a little bit flaky, honestly, but there are legitimate people that works for them. It's kind of an equivalent to text. They can get to it when they want to or when they have time, if they're at work, blah, blah, blah. So that mentality has changed for me. Definitely I've bid into Google listing. I have increased my Google listing budget slightly, 20%. I was at $400 a month. Now I'm giving Google $500 a month. And I also saw that if you update your Google page, like with photos or updates or whatever on a regular basis, that is supposed to organically boost your listing somehow. I don't know the details, but I do know that with a lot of the jobs that we get, we'll just snap a quick picture and put, hey, we did this on our customer's vehicle. If you need this service, give us a call. So it has worked. Last year, our shop did like $348,000. I'd set a goal for $350,000. So on one hand, I'm bummed. I wish that we had hit the 350. We didn't. We were a little short. We hit like 348. But what was most important was managing the hell out of the process. And I don't mean screwing the customer. I mean managing the hell out of the process. Making sure that I'm sufficient when I bid my jobs. Making sure that we have enough jobs that we're not paying out guarantees on a regular. Last year, Josh, my mechanic, I would say probably exceeded his guarantee about 50 to 60% of the time. I don't have the exact number. Whereas in 2024, when Jeff was here and I was checked out, we were so slow, he never hit his guarantee. So what that means is, when you're trying to hit your margin on your job, you can figure out your little worksheet in the computer. This job, you're gonna make 55%, 50%, 48%, whatever that number is. So at the end of the month, the computer tells you, say, for me, it's about 45% because we do a lot of my car lot work at a discount. So the computer will tell me I'm at 45% because it knows how many labor hours the job charged plus the parts, what it sold for. But then when I'd run the P&L for the month, we'd be at 39%, 40%. Where'd that 5% go? Well, the 5% went because we paid out guarantee money because we didn't have enough work for them. So that problem has been corrected. So the big difference is in 2025, which is the year that just ended, I finally took home a modest salary. The IRS says that when you're a subchapter S, you have to take a modest salary, which the salary was modest. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but it was modest. And then, so I pay tax on that as an employer, right? I pay my 7.5% Social Security for me, 7.5%, I think it's actually 7.65, as the employer. The company pays that, but that's tax deductible. Then the rest of the money, the profit from the business, I take home as a dividend, and dividends are not subject to those withholdings. So that's 15% tax that I saved right there. So all that to say, gross numbers 348. Our shop net about $30,000 after expenses, which is more than it net last year in 2024. Okay, so we already net more than we did in 2024, but in 2025, that includes me taking home a salary. So we have effectively more than doubled what we made in profit. What I made, because I took home next to no money in 2024. 2025, I took home the salary, and then the dividend amount is like $30,000, whereas it was like, I don't even remember, 20 grand or something the year before, but no salary. So that was an improvement. Some of the things that I've learned this last year, I was very focused on my car lot. I lived out of my car lot. That's where I paid my bills, and I kind of let the shop just take it in the keister. Now I always charge my car lot, and then the difference is I don't pay my car lot, doesn't pay their bill to the shop until the car actually sells. So the shop does carry some balance with it that is owed by the car lot, but then the car lot always pays their bill when it happens. And so that's important to always make sure that I'm collecting that money. At the end of this year, it was about November of 2025, Josh left and Jeff was back. So Jeff is back here now, and there was nothing wrong with Josh. Josh did us a good job. Josh was the right guy at the right time. And so I would like to get to 2 technicians, but I just can't quite afford it yet. One of the things that we have started using is a mobile mechanic. And before you freak out about mobile mechanics, which I am not a fan, I found a good guy. He does not work on my customer stuff, okay? I feel like if Integrity, which is my shop, owns the warranty, my guy's doing the work. But what the mobile mechanic is doing is car lot stuff, because there's no warranty. It's a car lot. We trust that his work is safe and competent. We're going to fix the car and we're going to sell it. So some of the overflow he's able to do. And then another revenue stream that actually is on my car lots P&L I've always run ads saying that we buy cars. Now I'm running ads that say we buy cars running or not, we buy cars with title issues, and if you're in my county, we buy junk cars. And I don't want to become a junkyard. But if you look, well, you can't really see it, sorry, back there that way, I have a Chevy Traverse I paid $225 for, and the mobile mechanic is stripping it and saving key modules, sensors, small shippable parts, and we put them on eBay. I've started junking junk cars on eBay and then paying the scrap guy to come haul them off. And that is like the third revenue stream I guess the car lot has, and maybe that's an update we need for the car lot. Maybe we need to make a car lot update video about those revenue streams. I don't know. But anyway, we're pretty happy here. I'm tired today, so I probably don't look super enthused. People have been asking about the updates on the shop. How's it going? I am still going to equate it all to faith. Like I said, as soon as my prayer changed, and that's probably in recent history the most vivid proof, the most vivid experience I think I've had with prayer, because literally the next day I felt better, and by Monday I had a whole new lease on life. So that's the update, guys, and we'll be out.